Pokemon and Digimon, the godfathers of IP for the monster taming game genre, that have spawned many and many clones and spin-offs and different types of monster taming games that feel like you're just playing a watered down version of Pokemon, honestly. But what if I told you there's a game out there that, just like its mechanics, fuses the best parts of Digimon and Pokemon and puts them together? I'm talking about Cassette Beasts, a fun new monster tamer game that uses cassettes to capture monsters and has a whole bunch of fusions and different designs and a whole bunch of mechanics to try out. So we created our character and started off on a new adventure. Not knowing anything in the game, we were alone. I see to my left there's a town and I walk to it. But then we were attacked by a traffic crab.
Hello there.
This starts our first battle of the game. Luckily, the girl across the bridge comes and helps us and hands us a cassette tape. This is the way we'll be transforming into the monsters. Yep, just like Digimon Season 4, you turn into the monsters. Then she asks us what our aesthetic is, spooky or sweet. This is the game's slick way of doing starter picks. And since I listened to 36 Mafia, I went with spooky, which netted us a cool ass Banshee, who's one of my favorite designs in the game. With Banshee at hand and transforming into him, I one-tapped that fucking crab. After defeating the crab, I can finally go into town and very much enjoying the vibes of this 2.5D pixel art world. It is very beautiful. It actually overwhelms me so much that I pass out. And I have to meet this a-hole doctor who's not very sympathetic that I just got teleported from a whole new world, as they said. So with that, I'm off and I go to meet Kayla, as she wants us to help her with some chores. On the way there, we fight a Spring Hill and knock it out pretty easily. After the battle, Kayla decides to join our party as a permanent member, which also gives us access to her cool wind-type cassette beast, Serenade. So after a few more battles, me and Kayla decide to take a rest so we can heal up our party. This is equivalent to your Pokemon centers, but this ain't free, it costs wood. But you can also talk to your companions and level up your monsters this way. We actually learn about Kayla being from Ireland, and also learn a strange fact that Irish people call their dads Daws? Well, after learning about weird Irish culture, I make my way over to a lantern where a switch next to it. I flip the switch and a big old Mothman comes on over. So a battle starts. This is where the game wants us to learn about recording, which is the capture mechanic in this game. The record success rate all depends on how much you damage the creature, how much damage you have taken, and on the creature's rarity, the debuffs you put on it, and much, much more. But at the end of it, we get a cool Mothman, and I become Jesus. Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't die for your sins. No, this is actually another cool mechanic the game's adding to travel. When you capture and record certain monsters, you actually can gain some of their powers. And in this specific case, we got Glide, because you can't have a game anymore without being able to glide somewhere. Thank you, Zelda. Well, we finally make it to our destination. Something just pops right out of the ground looking like a train station, and then we get jumped by two monsters immediately. But luckily, one of them I really like, so I caught it and we got a dandelion. I love this creature and it's really good. You'll see a theme of how I pick creatures. They're either really cool or really cute. That's the only two options I ever go with. Well, with that out of the way, we make our way into the train station, where we see something equivalent to a fucking horror movie that spooks me out that I didn't expect to see in a monster game. A thing called an Archangel. This thing is screaming with dark, evil lore, and I am not liking the vibe. It looks like something that MatPat was probably gonna make a video about. With a creepy design and spooky, jittery words to match, the Archangel attacks us. And oh my god, she's level 100. Yep, this game is no holds barred. I'll tell you that much. And our attacks barely do anything to it, as the game wants us to defeat her before her thing called AP goes all the way up. Luckily, a couple of her attacks missed, but she is slowly doing damage to us. And I'm not sure totally if we were gonna make it out of this battle, until a miracle happened. Raising Kayla up by the campfire and learning about her doll was part of my strategy. She, in a desperate attempt to want to stay alive and wanting me by her side, goes and wants to fuse with me. Yes, just like I mentioned in the beginning, one of the big mechanics in this game is fusion, where you get two creatures and you make one stronger one to be able to handle bosses and other fusion monsters out in the wild. Well, with the power of me and Kayla's entanglement, we were able to beat the Archangel. But then the Archangel decided it wanted the entanglements with me. The Archangel discussed and sung a song in me or something weird happened. talking about the future and what holds and how to get off the island. Well, after that, me and Kayla decide to get a drink and our relationship goes up some. I mean, I guess, you know, what can I say? Mr. Rizzler himself, you feel me? After drinks, me and Kayla go outside and see a man named Yuji yelling at two pale people. I'm excited at this point, thinking that this is the new Team Rocket, and they look pretty interesting. Look like something out of a Gorillaz music video. And so we decide to help Yuji, getting access to him as a partner and unlocking his cassette beats. So break in Mission Impossible style into these pale people's HQ and find out that they're real estate agents?